Hey, what's up guys? Giovanni here, doing my Ultra League video. No, it's a little bit late as Master League just kicked off today, but I wanted to go over kind of my strategy and why I lead with Torterra to begin with. As you can see, Gyarados was leading off the bat, ran from it. They thought that switching into Clefable was a good matchup. It's actually a terrible matchup for them, especially against Torterra, especially when I have Sand Tomb. As you can see, I'm able to farm down. I'm going to shield up here just because they use the shield and I want to keep the lead. Keeping the lead advantage is very important. You know, for the most part, it allows you to kind of control the match in a way. With keeping the lead, but you know, depending on team makeup, how they use shields, how you use your switches, you know, you can still lose a game if you have a lead. But it makes it a little bit more comfortable to have that lead. As you can see, I'm just absolutely destroying his team right now. Gyarados is a great pickup for the Ultra League, especially with the Dragon Breath. He will help you win matches. This person quit as they didn't want to continue against Gyarados. I'm going to break down this video for you guys so you guys can kind of get a better understanding of how I kind of play and things I do to try to win games that help me out. First and foremost, first thing I want to say, as you can see right off this match, is having a good lead is actually very important. As you see, they brought a Water Vaporeon to lead against me, probably thinking that a lot of people lead with Charizard in Ultra League. So that is probably why they came with a Vaporeon. They made a switch to Gardevoir, so I countered with Charizard. I'm already building up energy to get ready to beta shield out, so I still have 2 Dragon Claws. So this is gonna just chip away, try to bait some shields. He's out of shields now, so I'm gonna let him take me out so I can make the appropriate switch without having to get switch locked. Switch locking is very important to like try to avoid. If you can, because if you switch out and panic, or if you try to counter somebody with a switch and they still have a switch, switch locking is when you get locked within that Pokemon that you switch to, and it could be a bad matchup for you. As of right now, I have a good matchup going with Giratina. The Gyarados is probably one of my best counters against Giratina, as you can see. You're going to see a lot of that in Ultra League. Vaporeon's going to come back in. There's not much he's going to be able to do here. He's going to Aqua Tail. Going to bust out the Crunch. I'm not going to try to pronounce this person's name, but let's see what we got going on here. So we have a lead Clefable right here. Not necessarily a bad lead, but against my Torterra, not the best. He swaps out of panic. Now he's swap locked, switch locked. So now I have Blast Burn. I'm going to try to bait some shields. He's probably going to use them because he's at a disadvantage. Right here, I think I debate whether I use the shield. I just take it. It was a Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bombs hurt Charizard. I probably should have shielded there, but I was able to farm down and knock him out. And I also had energy built up, so Here comes another attack. Let's see if I can bait a shield. I do. That was very important, as now he has no shields. I have my Torterra that I swapped out earlier in the back, and now I get to go to town because Razor Leaf is very good right now. Ever since the grass buff, Razor Leaf is one of the best grass quick attacks you can use. And I know people are saying, oh, Bullet Seed's great. It's really good if you have the right Pokemon for it, but as you can see, Razor Leaf does a great job as well. The Fable's coming back in. I actually like this matchup. With Torterra, I try to get as many Sand Tombs off in the enemy as possible, especially if I know I'm going to go down, because you're going to get that defense down. And so even though I died, I was able to get that down. Now I'm able to farm with the Gyarados, the rest of the Clefable. And that's kind of my strategy I use with Torterra, is I lead with him, and if I'm able to win that first matchup, the next Pokemon that comes in, I try to hit him with Sand Tomb, and then either I die or I swap, but the sacrifice has been made, and hopefully it lowers the defense. It does every single time. Alright, so we're 4 out of 5 battles here. We're going to go into our 5th one against Souls 13. She's rocking a nice sweater. So this match was also a very bad lead for her. She was probably expecting Vaporeons or Gyaradoses to lead. Not expecting a Torterra. They never do. Torterra is very tanky. Can do that matchup very well. I'm going to get the Sand Tomb off. Because that's something I like to spam, because even when they shield, it still gets their defense down. I'm able to swap now because he panic swapped, or she panic swapped. So now they're kind of in a lock. So this is what I talked about earlier. Things you want to try to avoid is getting switch locked. Even if you have to take a Pokemon head on and die while doing it, it's probably better for you just because you still have your switches available, depending on the matchup. Unless you decide to switch early, then you can kind of see what happens. Sometimes they don't have a counter, but you don't want to wait and then switch when half your life is gone. So basically that's kind of how my team plays. I mainly try to get as much Sand Tombs off as possible when I'm Torterra. I let the Razor Leaf do its damage. He's tanky. Frenzy Plant comes out when I need it. Don't really need it there, as you can see. And that's my set. It was pretty solid. Actually didn't see a lot of Giratinas, but my team is, as you saw from the last video, very equipped to handle Giratina. Hope you guys kind of enjoyed. I hope you understood kind of what I was talking about. And I hope you guys get better. I know this video came out a little bit late as we are in the Master League now. And that is a whole nother ball game. I need to come up with a team that works for me, as I am struggling in that league. So you guys have a good weekend. I hope you enjoyed. Stay safe.